Welcome back. This is Dan from Awakenings in Real Life. This is the bonus portion of the podcast that's on our website, Awakenings in Real Life, where I'll give you an opportunity to get to know our guest a little bit separate from their awakenings. So we're here again with Sophia Demas. What would you like to share with the audience so they can get to know you a little bit?
Well, maybe my childhood.
Okay.
This is what I consider my beginnings. And I'm going to start it from before I was born. Okay, so I was born in Dearborn, Michigan, where my father worked for the Ford Motor Company. And he came to the United States in 1909 by himself at the age of 15.
Wow.
Worked, made his money, the American dream, and didn't go back to Greece until 1951 to see his brothers and his mother. So he was very close to his second cousin, who had also worked in the United States and had gone back to Argos. So his wife, the Angeliki, my aunt Angeliki, thought she had the perfect woman for my father. So my mother's mother, my grandmother, had just died, and my mother was an embroidery designer. So my father agrees to meet this woman. So she goes over to her house on the pretense of commissioning her to do an embroidery. And
she was setting them up.
She was setting them up, but she first needed to check out, was she a good housekeeper? Did she keep the house clean? Okay, she passes the test. She has them over for coffee. And I guess my father was very nervous, and he trips on the rug. And my mother goes to herself, absolutely not. But my tia Angeliki knew that she had the right ingredients here for this match. So they lived over their this big, beautiful cafe overlooking the church square. So she knew my mother's patterns, church-going patterns. So she waited until after church was getting out. She had my father, who didn't know this plan. And then my mother comes out, and she says, "Oh, Anna, come here." And my father was telling a story, and it was a funny story, and she laughed, and they went out to dinner, and they got married 14 days later. But look how close I came to not being here.
Right.
If it wasn't for my tia Angeliki. So he brought her to Dearborn, and then I was, after. So my father, even though he had made his money in the stock market,
Mm-hmm.
he continued to work on the assembly line until he got his he retired.
Right.
So he could get his pension. And at the time, that was the peak of the American dream. Ford Motor Company paid for my 4 years of undergraduate. Wow. And so that was sort of how, we got there. And then when he was 65, I was about 8 years old. We moved to Greece. And we went from not having any family members, just my mother's best friend, to moving to Greece and then having just a multiple relatives. It was a dream childhood that lasted until I was 11, and then we ended up in Portland, Oregon.
That's a wonderful story. So again, I'd like to thank Sophia Demas for being a guest today, and I wish you the best in all your future endeavors, and thanks again.
Thank you.
You're well.